Who gives you that, Claire? No, you can have it. Yeah, I think he went to get them. Maybe we'll just come on over. We'll do your thing. Shabbat shalom. Welcome you. What? Yeah, come on. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you. There you go. Welcome everyone to our Shabbat services. We welcome everyone to Jessica's bat mitzvah. Don't worry, Jessica is in the house. Right? Jessica. Yes. So our service is for the next 15 minutes. We're going to sort of do our warm up. We're going to get ourselves in a prayerful mood, if you will. Sandy's going to lead us. And then at 10 o'clock, we'll be joined by the rest of our daveners from the chapel, and we'll begin the Torah service. So we're going to begin by page 61, Matovu.
Matovu alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Vani berovech astecha v'veitecha, Eshtacha ve'elechol ekadshecha ve'yiratecha, Adonai ahavti me'om beitecha u'mekol mishkan kevodecha, Va'ani eshtacha ve'vi'echra, Evrecha lifnei Adonai Yosef, Va'ani tefilati lechol Adonai et ratzon. Elohim erovech astecha, aneni b'yemet yishecha. Turn ahead to page 72, the Psalm for the Sabbath, the fourth line. Tov le'odol Adonai, Tov le'odol Adonai, ulezamer le'shimcha elyon, Tov le'odol Adonai. Ulezamer le'shimcha elyon, Tov le'hodot l'Adonai, le'hagid b'boker chastecha, le'hagid b'boker chastecha, v'yemunatecha b'leilo, Tov le'hodot l'Adonai. 4 lines from the bottom. Tzadik katama yifrach yifrach. Tzadik katama yifrach. Tzadik katama yifrach yifrach. Tzadik katama yifrach. Ki eres balva non yiske. Ki eres balva non yiske. Ki eres balva non yiske yiske. Ki eres balva non yiske. Ki eres balva non yiske. Ki eres balva non yiske yiske. Let's turn ahead to page 78. We'll do in the Psalm for Friday, 4 lines from the bottom. Mikolot mayim, mayim rabim, adirim adirim, mishpereyam. Mikolot mayim, mayim rabim, adirim adirim, mishpereyam. Adir b'marom, yai dai 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 dai. Adir b'marom, dai 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 dai. Adir b'marom, Adonai. Adir b'marom, yai dai dai dai. Adir b'marom, yai dai dai dai. Adir b'marom, Adonai. Edotecha ne'emnu me'od, leveitcha navat kodesh. Adonai liorech yamim. Edotecha ne'emnu me'od, leveitcha navat kodesh. Adonai liorech yamim. Badai Adir b'marom, yadai dai dai dai. Adir b'marom, yadai dai dai dai. Adir b'marom, Adonai. Adir b'marom, yadai dai dai dai. Adir b'marom, yadai dai dai dai. B'marom, Adonai. Let's turn ahead to page 85. 85. Romamu. Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu, Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu, Romemu, Ve'yishtachavu le'ar kadosho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu, Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu, Romemu. Turn to the next page, page 86, the third big paragraph. Hoshia et amecha uvarech et nachlatecha, ay ay ay, urem 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 v'nasem olam. Hoshia et amecha uvarech et nachlatecha, ay ay ay, urem 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 v'nasem olam. How many more do we got?
Well, why don't we'll turn to one of the key prayers of the morning service is the Shema, probably the most famous prayer in Judaism and one of the central parts of our morning worship. So we turn now to page 112, and Sandy will lead us in this Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשבתך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Continue the Shema silently.
Vayomer Adonai El Moshe Lemor Daber El Bnei Yisrael V'yamarta Alehem V'yasu Lahem Tzitzit Al Kanfei B'gdehem L'dorotam V'nadnu Al Tzitzit Takanaf B'til Techelet V'haya Lachem Letzitzit Uritem Oto Uzkartem et kol mitzvot Adonai V'asitem otam V'lo taturu acharei levavchem v'acharei einechem asher atem zonim achareihem leman tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim lelechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem amen.
We now come to the other major prayer of the morning service, and that is the Amidah. We'll give you three options of how you can recite this prayer in the next few minutes. Either you can recite the traditional prayer silently. It can be found in our prayer books on page 115 and continues to page 120. So option A is you're welcome to recite the traditional prayer. Option B is there on page 121. There's a beautiful English meditation on the Amidah, which reviews in English some of the major themes of this beautiful prayer. And the third option is that you could just use these next few minutes for your own silent meditation to think about some of the things of the past week, the current week, the week that is coming. So you can use these next few minutes either for recitation of the Amidah, page 115, the meditation on the Amidah, page 121, or your own personal meditation. We invite you now to please rise.
We will conclude together on page 120. Ohoseh shalom bimromav, uya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisroel, ve'imru, imeru amen, ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisroel, ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Page 138. Yikadav yikadash shemei rabbah v'yoma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agalav uzman kariv v'yimeru. Yesh me'rab mo mevorach le'olam olam me'omaya. Yiparak v'yishtabak v'yipar v'yitrama v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiram v'yama v'yimeru tikabel slotona v'adan d'chol Yisrael kadam avahon di v'shmaya v'yimeru Yehi shlomo rava mitshemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru O says shalom b'mramav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru
You may be seated. For our bat mitzvah, Jessica Gatto, please rise together with her parents and stand at the foot of the bima.
תעמוד הבחורה בת המצווה, יפה חביבה בת שמעון ולבשה.
Talit, would you, the parents of today's bat mitzvah, hold in your hands a symbol of our tradition handed down from one generation to the next. Would you now please place the talit about your daughter's shoulders? By doing this, you now demonstrate your active participation in the transmitting of our heritage. And Jesse, by choosing to observe this mitzvah, you indicate your acceptance of our faith, your willingness to live by our precepts, and now to give voice to this commitment, would you please recite the bracha for the wearing of the talit? Amen.
Amen.
Parents respond to feelings of joy and gratitude as they see their daughter becoming a bat mitzvah. Would you join with me in the bracha shechianu? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'tiyanu l'zman hazeh. Praised are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has kept us in life, has sustained us, has enabled us to reach this very special moment. And let us say, Amen. We continue now with the service for the taking out of the Torah on page 139, Ein Kamocha.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai v'ein kamasecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim umemshaltecha b'chol dor v'ador Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai yimloch le'olam v'oed Adonai oz li'amo yiten Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom al harachamim heitiva v'irtzonecha et Zion Tivenecha mat Yerushalayim Ki v'cha levad batachnu Melech Elam v'nisa Adon olamim.
Please rise, the ark is open.
Vayihi ben Aharon vayomer Moshe Kuma Adonai v'yafutzu oevecha v'yanusu misanecha mipanecha ki mitzion tetzei Torah ki mitzion tetzei Torah Udevar Adonai miYerushalayim Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Li'amo Yisrael B'Kedushato.
Dear God, help us on this Shabbat to still the sound of our own striving, so we can hear more clearly the music of your presence. Teach us that this divine moment of tranquility can bring us harmony and a melody to uplift our soul and renew our spirit. Bless our Shabbat rest, so that by seeking and serving you, by immersing ourselves in the timeless rhythm of your holy day, we can better fulfill in the coming week the purpose for which you gave us life. Amen.
Beyano rachetz velishmei kadisha yakira ana emar tushbechan Beyano rachetz velishmei kadisha yakira Ana ematush becham Yehi rava kadamach Detiv tach libi biorayita V'tashle mishalim delibi V'libav dechol amach Yisrael Letabu l'chaim v'lishlam Amen. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo. Adelu Ladonai iti Unaramima Shemo Yachdav. Oh Adonai Hagidu Ve'hagidu Ve'atiferet Ve'anetzach Ve'lavod. Ki kol bashamayim uvaretz, ki kol bashamayim uvaretz. Lecha Adonai amalacha, ve'hamid nase lecho lerosh romemu. O Adonai Eloheinu, ve'hishtachavu la'adam raglav kadoshu. Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu, ve'hishtachavu lehar kadosho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu.
May be seated. Shabbat Shalom. Our parasha this morning is Parshat Chayei Sarah, which begins outlining the days, the years of Sarah. But of course, this is happening right before her burial. And there's a statement in the Talmud that tzaddikim, when they pass away, the righteous, when they pass away, we don't speak about their passing away. What we actually do is we speak about their life, which is just a great lesson, right? There's a lot in here about this parsha, about what happens in those moments of transition. What do we do at those points of tension? And I think one of the lessons here in Parshat Chayei Sarah is you keep always going forward. You keep facing forward always. Sarah passes away, and she is buried by Avraham. And the very next thing that Avraham needs to do is worry about the continuity of his family and of his tribe and of his clan. And so he sends out to find a wife for Isaac. And even later in the Parsha, Avraham says, well, what's the rest of my life going to be like? How do I move forward from this? And he takes yet a third wife. We were just studying about it before. Her name is Keturah. He takes a third wife with the idea, I think, my life can go on. My life can continue. This morning, we're going to have a chance to learn with our visiting scholar, Rabbi David Golinkin. That's another thing that we can do. We continue to learn. We always are striving. We celebrate this morning with a bat mitzvah, this moment of transition, right? We're always moving forward. Life can be crazy, but the important part is always what's next. So Chayei Sarah is a great parsha to teaching us about all of those moments where we could get stuck, we could get paused, and we actually say, no, what's next? That's a Jewish way. What's next? Here at Temple Beth Shalom, we read according to the system of Rebbe Meir. We read portions of the weekly portion throughout the week and then the balance on Shabbat. So our reading this morning will begin on page 134, verse 27, 134. Dr. Moshe Ostad is going to read for us this morning. Jessica is going to read for us this morning. It's going to be lovely. Page 134, verse 27.
Shlomo, Rishon, Baruch Shenatan Torah L'Yamon Yisrael B'Kedushato, V'yaten HaBeitim Adonai Alachem Kagim Bohem Hayom.
Baruch et Adonai Hamavurach. Baruch Adonai Hamavurach Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. ויאמר ברוך אדוני אלוהי אדוני אברהם אשר לא עזב חסדו ואמיתו מעם אדוני אנוכי בדרך ניחני אדוני בית אחי אדוני ותרס הנער را ותגד לבית אמו כדברים האלה ולרבקה אח ושמו לבן וירס לבן אל האיש החוצה אל העין ויהי כראות את הנזם ואת הצמידים על ידי אחותו וכשמעו את דברי רבקה אחותו לאמור כה דיבר אלי האיש ויבוא אל האיש והנה עומד על הגמלים על העין ויאמר בו ברוך אדוני למה תעמוד בחוץ ואנוכי פניתי הבית ומקום לגמלים ויבוא האיש הביתה ויפתח הגמלים ויתן תבן ומספו לגמלים ומים לרחוץ רגליו ורגלי האנשים אשר איתו ויושם לפניו לאכול ויאמר לו אוכל עד אם דיברתי דברי ויאמר דבר.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורתו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נוטה בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
Ta'amod Solomon Shani. The reading continues on page 135, sentence 34.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. ויאמר עבד אברהם אנוכי ואדוני ברך את אדוני מאוד ויגדל ויתן לו צאן ובקר וכסף וזהב ועבדים ושפחות וגמלים וחמורים ותלד שרה אשת אדוני בן לאדוני אחרי זקנתה ויתן לו את כל אשר לו וישביעני אדוני לאמור לא תיקח אישה לבני מבנות הכנעני אשר אנוכי יושב בארצו אם לא אל בית אבי תלך ואל משפחתי ולקחת אישה לבני ואומר אל אדוני אולי לא תלך האישה אחריי.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נתן בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Ya'amod
Ruven David
Ruven David
Ben Aravanoch
Ben Aravanoch
Umblumat Torah.
Torah. Shlishi, the reading continues on page 135, sentence 40.
Baruch hu et Adonai Amvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamavrak Leolam
Baruch
Vaed.
Adonai Amvorach Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim ונתן לנו תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Vayomer Elai Adonai Asher Talachti Lefanav Yishlach Malachu Itach Vayishliach Darkecha V'lokachta Isha Livni Mimishpachti Umibet Avi Az Tinake Me'alati Ki Tavu El Mishpachti Ve'im Lo Itnu Lach V'ha'ita Naki Me'alati V'avu Hayom El Ha'ain ואומר אדוני אלוהי אדוני אברהם אם ישכנה מצליח דרכי אשר אנוכי הולך עליה הנה אנוכי נישב על עין המים והיה העלמה היוסת לשאוב ואמרתי אליה אשכנינה מעט מים מקדך ואמרה אלי גם אתה שתה וגם לגמלך אשאב היא האישה אשר הוכיח אדוני לבן אדוני אני טרם אכלה לדבר אל ליבו והנה רבקה יוסד וכדה על שכמה ותרד העיינה ותשאב ואמרה אלי השכיני נא ואמר אליה השכיני נא
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. We welcome to our Bima, we welcome to our community Professor David Galinkin, who's here as part of our Shabbaton, as part of our weekend where we're honoring the memory of Bernice Cohn, Zichronav Levracha. Many of us here had the opportunity to study with Professor Galinkin last night. And you are going to have the wonderful opportunity to study with him. He'll be speaking a little later in our service, and you're welcome to stay after our luncheon, our Kiddush luncheon, where he's also going to be teaching. I will tell you, if you don't exactly know who Professor Glinken is, as the head of the Schechter Institute, you may not even know what the Schechter Institute is. I promise you, by the end of services today, you will know both. So we welcome him and glad to have you in our community and on our Bima.
The reading continues on page 136, sentence 46.
אדוני עמכם. רבנו מברך ואדוני מברך.
ברוך אדוני המברך לעולם ועד.
חלום אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו ברכת אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
אמן. ותמהר ותרד קדם עליה ותאמר שתה וגם גמלך אשקה ואשת וגם הגמלים אשקתה ואשאל אותה ואומר בת מי את ותאמר בת בתואל בת נחור אשר ילדה לו מלכה ואשים הנזם על אפה והסמידים על ידיה וארקוד ואשתחווה לאדוני ואברך את אדוני אלוהי אדוני אברהם אשר הניחני בדרך אמת לקחת את בת אחי לאדוני לבנו.
אמת תורתנו וכורך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נותן בתוכנו ברכת אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
The reading continues on page 136, sentence 49.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch et Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah asher bachar banu mikol hamim. Bachar banu mikol hamim. ונתן לנו את תורתו ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
אמן. ועתה אם ישכם עושים חסד ואמת את אדוני הגידו לי, ואם לא הגידו לי ואפנה על ימין ועל שמאל. ויען לבן ותואל ויאמרו מאדוני יצא הדבר לא נוכל דבר אליך רע או טוב. הנה רבקה לפניך כך ולך ותהי אישה לבן אדונך כאשר דיבר אדוני ויהי כאשר שמע עבד אברהם את דבריהם וישתחו ארצו לאדוני.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
Then Ephraim Esther, she. The reading continues on page 137, sentence 53.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah.
אמן. ויושא העבד כלי כסף וכלי זהב ובגדים ויתן לרבקה ומקדמות נתן לאחיך ולאמו ויאכלו וישתו והאנשים אשר עמו ויעלנו ויקומו בבוקר ויאמר שלחוני לאדוני ויאמר אחיה ואמו תשב הנערה איתנו ימים או עשור אחד תלך ויאמר עליהם אל תאחרו אותי ואדוני הצליח דרכי שלחוני ואלכה לאדוני ויאמרו נקרא לנערה ונשאל לה את פיה ויקראו לרבקה ויאמרו אליה התלכי עם האיש הזה ותאמר אלך.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. We pause now in the presence of the Torah to offer a mishaberach, to offer a prayer for a speedy and a complete recovery for friends and for loved ones who are ill. If you have a name of a friend or a loved one that you would like to have included in our prayers, we invite you to stand at your places. I'll recite the traditional mishaberach prayer. When I reach the point for the inclusion of the names, I'll motion to you, and you can call up the name of your friend or your loved one. They will thereby be included in our prayers this morning. O merciful God, we pray now for the well-being of all who are ill. Grant them enduring strength and a sense of your nearness. Keep steadfast their faith and keep them from yielding to despair. Grant wisdom and dedication to those who strive to bring healing and relief from pain. Misha berach avotenu Avraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, Yuvarech v'Yirapeh et hacholim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu yimalei rachamim aleihem lachzikam rapotam yishlach lahem mehera refuah shalema lechoy verehem v'gidehem b'toch sharchei Yisrael refuat hanefesh refuat haguf shabati melizag urefuah krova lavo hashta bagala uvizman kariv v'nomar amen. O Lord, help those who share the anxiety which illness brings with it. Help them to be brave and to be hopeful. Grant us courage and confidence and keep us ever mindful of all who are afflicted. Accept our prayers, O Lord, on behalf of all who seek you today. Praised are you, O Lord, healer of the sick. We are mindful now of those who are watching our service through our live streaming. some from the hospital, some from their homes, and we want them to know that you are very much in our hearts and very much a part of this community. We offer this special Mishaberach, this prayer for healing of body and soul. The words can be found inside the front cover of our Chumashim. Sandy leads us. We join along.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mikor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Yandu Rivka Bat David Sheva Rachel Bat Herschel Shvi'i. The reading continues on page 137, sentence 59.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach.
Baruch Adonai HaMelech Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher Barach Banu Mikol Ha'amim, V'nasan Lanu Es Toraso. Baruch Atah Adonai Nosein HaTorah.
Amen. וישלחו את צבחו אחותם ואת מניקתו ואת עבד אברהם ואת אנשיו ויברכו את צבחו ויאמרו לו אחותנו את היי לאלפי רבבה וירש דרכך את שאר שונאיו ותקב רבקה ונערותיה ותרכבנה על הגמלים ותלכנה אחרי האיש ויקח העבד את רבקה וילך וישחק בה מבוא באר לחי רועי והוא יושב בארץ הנגב ויצא ישחק לשכוח בשדה לפנות ערב וישא עיניו וירא והנה גמלים באים ותישא רבקה את עיניה ותראה את ישחק ותיפול מעל הגמל ותאמר אל העבד מי האיש הלזה ההולך בשדה לקראתנו ויאמר העבד הוא אדוני ותיקח עשאי ותסחף ויספר העבד לישחק את כל הדברים אשר עשה ויביאיה ישחק האוהלה שרה אמו ויקח את רבקה ותהילו לאישה ויהביה וינחם ישחק אחרי אמו.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher nosan lanu Torah semes v'hayei olam notav b'salcheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai Nosein HaTorah.
Amen. Ya'amod Zahavi David Ben Shimon V'Livsha Hosaba Aleph. The reading continues on the top of page 139, chapter 25, the first sentence.
Baruch Adonai HaMbarach.
Baruch Adonai HaMelech Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMbarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim, V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. ויוסף אברהם ויקח אישה ושמה כתורה ותלד לו את זמרון ואת יוכשן ואת מדן ואת מדיין ואת ישבח ואת סוח ויוכשן ילד את סבא ויתדדון היו אשורים ולתושים ולאומים ובני מדון עפה ועפר וחנוך ואבידע ואלדע כל אלה בני קטורה ויתן אברהם את כל אשר לו לישחק ולבני הפילגשים אשר לאברהם נתן אברהם מתנות וישלחם מעל ישחק בנו בעודנו חי קדמה אל ארץ קדם ואלה ימי שני חיי אברהם אשר חי 100 שנה ו70 שנה ו5 שנים וימות אברהם בשיבה טובה זקן ושבע ויאסף אל עמיו ויקברו אותו ישחק וישמעאל בנו אל מערת המכפלה אל שדה עפרון בן סוחר החיתי אשר על פני ממרא השדה אשר קנה אברהם מעץ בני חת שמע חבר אברהם ושרה אשתו ויהי אחרי מות אברהם ויברך אלוהים את ישחק בנו וישב ישחק עם באר לחי רואי.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Ya'amah Chaim Shimshon ben Shimon Livsha Joseph Abed. The reading continues on page 141, sentence 12.
Baruch Adonai Barak
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Va'ed
Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Va'ed Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et toratav Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
אמן. ואלה תולדות ישמעאל בן אברהם אשר ילדה הגר המצרית שפחת שרה לאברהם ואלה שמות בני ישמעאל בשמותם לתולדותם בכור ישמעאל נביות וגדר והדבאל ומבשם ומשמע ודומה ומסע חדר ותמה יתור נפיש וקדמה.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Yamdu Shimon ben Sheva Rachel Livsha Badi Sar Acharon. The reading continues on page 141, sentence 16.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarach. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Elohim b'nei Yishmael be'ele shemotam bechatzrehem uvtirotam shenem asar nesiim leumotam be'ele shnei chayei Yishmael me'at shana Ushloshim shana b'sheva shanim vayiva vayamot vayeasef el amav vayishkenu mechavila atshur asher al panei Mitzrayim boacha ashura al panei Cholechav nafa.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו
תורת אמת וחיי עולם נתן בתוכנו ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
Please rise for the Hatsin Kaddish.
The rabbi and then you do the blessing, okay?
Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabba. Yama dibra kirute v'yamlech malchute.
B'chayecha v'yamecha v'chayecha v'Yisrael b'agala b'agala u'b'zman ka'ariv yimru. Amen. Yehi shmera v'mevorach ya'olam me'or ma'ya yitbarach.
Yibarach v'yishtabach v'or v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudeshav v'berechu ve'ela mikol birchata v'shirata
Tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amira v'yama.
You may be seated. We now call Jessica forward for her bat mitzvah aliyah.
תעמוד תעמוד הבחורה בת המצווה יפה חביבה בת שמעון ולבשה מפטיר.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamborach. Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam ba'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam v'natan lanu et Torato. Asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Elohim b'nei Yishmael ve'ele shemotam b'chatzreihem uftirotam shenim asar nesi'im le'umotam ve'ele shnei chayei Yishmael me'at shana Ushloshim shana v'sheva shanim vayikva vayamot vayasif el amav vayishkenu mechavila achur asher al pnei Mitzrayim boacha ashura al pnei Cholechav nafal. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Please rise for the lifting of the rolling of the Torah. Namdu hamafil havolewet.
Mizot haTorah asher shal Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe.
Yes, you stay with. You may be seated. You stay with me. The rest of you will let you go. Let you go. Once again, we extend our appreciation to to Dr. Moshe Ostad. We made you a rabbi, right? Well, worse things could happen. To Dr. Moshe Ostad, to our bat mitzvah, Jessica Gatto, for preparing and chanting so beautifully from the Torah this morning. At this time, we'd like to invite those who read from the Torah. We'd like to invite those who had an aliyah to the Torah to please rise at your places as we offer this Mishaberach, this prayer on your behalf. Misha berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzhak Yaakov Sar Rivka Rachel V'Leah Hu Yivarech Et Kol HaKruim Asher Alu Hayom L'Chvod HaMakom L'Chvod HaTorah L'Chvod HaShabbat Hakadosh Baruch Hu yishmor otam v'et mishpachotam v'yishlach bracha v'tzlacha b'chol maaseh yedehem im kol Yisrael achehem v'nomar Amen. May God, who bless our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless all those who have been called to the Torah with reverence for God, the Torah, and the Shabbat. May the Holy One watch over them and their families, bringing blessing and success to all their worthy endeavors, together with our fellow Jews everywhere, and let us say Amen. May be seated. The Haftarah that Jessica is going to chant for us today is from the book of Malachim, from the book of Kings. It can be found in our Chumashim, begin on page 143, page 143. But first we invite Jessica to present her Devar Torah for this Shabbat morning.
The Torah portion we have read today is Hayei Sarah. This Torah portion teaches us about the importance of kindness and wisdom. The Torah portion begins with the death of Sarah at age 127 in the city of Hebron. Abraham travels to Hebron to mourn her death. He negotiates with the local Canaanites to buy a burial plot for her, which is called the Cave of Machpelah. Abraham then sends his servant, Eliezer, back to Abraham's homeland to find a wife for his son Isaac. When Eliezer arrives at his destination, he prays to God to send him a sign to help him determine who should be Isaac's wife. He asks, "Let it be that maiden to whom I shall say, 'Please tip over your jug so I may drink,' and who replies, 'Drink, and I will even water your camels.'" Eliezer wanted to be certain that Isaac's future wife was not only kind, but wise. He wanted her to offer water not just to him, but also to the camels. Eliezer wanted a wife for Isaac who was not only kind enough to offer him water, but who possessed the wisdom to know that camels would also need to drink. I learned from this parsha that in order to perform an act of kindness, a person must also be wise enough to have an awareness of the people around them. This helps people to anticipate another person's needs and act rather than waiting to be approached. I believe this portion is very relevant to the times in which we live. The world at large, as well as our local community, can be anything but kind. A small act of kindness can go a very long way in making a difference in someone else's life. Over the summer, I read An Invisible Thread by Laura Schroff. This book is a true story about a boy named Maurice who is about my age. Maurice was panhandling on the streets when Laura walked by him one day. She kept walking, but something stopped her, that invisible thread that would bring these two amazing people together. Laura turned around and took Maurice to McDonald's. Laura and Maurice started to meet every Monday for the next 4 years. Their friendship was built off of trust, because if I asked anyone here today if they would ever take a boy to their home that goes out at night panhandling, I would think most people would say no. Not because they're not kind, but because you don't know much about the boy. Laura had the wisdom to know that Maurice needed help, not just financial, but emotional support and encouragement. The Torah portion we have read today, Hayei Sarah, and the book An Invisible Thread both show the importance of kindness and wisdom. Both Rebecca and Laura were not only kind, but were wise enough to assess the needs of those around them and offer assistance to those in need. It is my hope that all of us can use these lessons and be kind to one another and to those in need. Shabbat Shalom. And now, please follow along as I chant the Haftarah on page 143. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Habocher Batorah Uvmoshe Avdo Uvyisrael Amo Uvinviei Ha'emet Batzedek V'Hamelech David Zaken Bayamim Vayechasuhu Babigadim Velo yicham lo, vayomeru lo avadav, yevakshu ladoni hamelech na'ara v'tula ve'ameda לפני המלך ותהילו סוכנת בשכבה והיקחה דחם לאדוני המלך ויבקשו נערה יפה בכל גבול ישראל וימצאו את אבישג השונמית ויביאו אותה למלך והנערה יפה עד מאוד ותהי למלך סוכנת ותשרתהו והמלך לא ידע ואדוניה בן הגית מתנשא לאמור אני אמלוך ויעש לו רכב ופרשים ו50 איש רצים לפניו ולא עצבו אביו מימיו לאמור מדוע ככה עשית וגם הוא טוב תואר מאוד ואותו ילדה אחרי אבשלום ויחיו דבריו עם יואב בן צרויה ועם אביתר הכהן ויזהרו אחרי אדוניה וצדוק הכהן ובניהו בן יהוידע ונתן הנביא ושמעי ורעי והגיבורים אשר לדוד לא חיו עם אדוניהו ויזבח אדוניהו צאן ובקר ומרי עם אבן הזוחלת אשר אצל אין רוגל ויקרא את כל אחיו בני המלך וכל אנשי יהודה עבדי המלך ואת נתן הנביא ובניהו ואת הגיבורים ואת שלמה אחיו לא קרא ויאמר נתן אל בת שבע עם שלמה לאמור הלא שמעת כי מלך אדוניהו בן הגית ואדוננו דוד לא ידע ועתה לכי יצך נא עצה ומלאתי את נפשך ואת נפש בנך שלמה לכי ובואי אל המלך דוד ואמרת אליו הלא אתה אדוני המלך נשבעת לאמתך לאמור כי שלמה בנך ימלוך אחרי והוא ישב al kisi umadu amalach Adoniyahu hine odah medaberet sham im hamelech ba'ani avo acharayich umileti et divarayich ותבוא בת שבע אל המלך חדרה, והמלך זקן מאוד, ואבישג השונמית משרת את המלך, ותיקוד בת שבע, ותשתחו למלך, ויאמר המלך מלך, ותאמר לו, אדוני, אתה נשבעת באדוני אלוהיך לאמתך, כי שלמה בנך ימלוך אחרי, והוא ישב על כיסא, ואתה הנה אדוניה מלך, ואתה אדוני המלך לא ידעת, ויזבח שור ומרי וצאן לרוב, ויקרא לכל בני המלך ולאביתר הכהן ויואב שר הצבא, ולשלמה עבדך לא קרא, ואתה אדוני המלך עיני כל ישראל עליך, להגיד להם מי ישב על כיסא אדוני המלך אחריו, והיה כי שכב אדוני המלך עם אבותיו, והייתי אני ובני שלמה חטאים, והנה עודנה מדברת עם המלך, ונתן הנביא בך, ויגידו למלך לאמור, הנה נתן הנביא, ויבוא לפני המלך, וישתחו למלך על אפיו ארצה, ויאמר נתן אדוני המלך, אתה אמרת אדוניהו ימלוך אחרי, והוא ישב על כיסא, כי ירד היום ויזבח שור ומרי וצאן לרוב, ויקרא לכל בני המלך ולשרי הצבא ולאביתר הכהן, והינם אוכלים ושותים לפניו, ויאמרו יהי המלך Adoniyahu. V'li ani avdecha utzadok hakohen v'livnayahu ben Yehoyada v'li Shlomo avdecha lo kara im me'et Adoni hamelech Nihiyah hadavar hazeh velo hodata et avdecha mi yeshev al kisei Adoni hamelech acharad Vaya'an hamelech David vayomer Kir'uli levat shava vatavo lifnei hamelech vata'amod lifnei hamelech vayishchava hamelech vayomar Hay Adonai Asher pada et nafshi mikol tzara ki ka'asher nishbati la badonai Elohei Yisrael lemor ki shlomo v'nei Yimloch acharai v'hu yeshev al kisi tachtai ki kein eseh hayom hazeh vatikod bat sheva apayim eretz vatishtachu lamelech Vatomer Yehi Adoni Hamelech David Leolam Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Tzor Kol HaOlamim Tzadik Bechol Hadorot Ha'el HaNe'eman HaOmer Ve'oseh HaMedaber Kayim Shekol Devarav Emet Vatzedek Ne'eman Atahu Adonai Eloheinu V'ne'emanim devarecha V'davar echad midvarecha Achor lo yashuv rekam Ki el melech ne'eman V'rachaman ata Baruch ata Adonai Ha'el ha'ne'eman B'chol devarav Rachem al Tzion Ki hi veit hayenu Bela aluvat nefesh toshia bimhera beyamenu Baruch ata Adonai Mesameach Tzion bevanecha Vayo Samheinu Adonai Eloheinu Be'eliyahu hanavi avdecha Umalchut Beit David Meshichecha Bimhera yavo V'yagel libenu Al kis olo yeshev zar Ve'lo yinhalu Od aherim et kavodo Ki v'shem kodshah nishbatalo Shelo yichbeh neiro le'olam va'ed Baruch ata Adonai Magen David Al HaMelech Ve'al HaAvodah Ve'al HaNevi'im Ve'al Yom HaShabbat Hazeh Shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu Liktusha v'limnuha Lechavod Ultifaret Al HaKol Adonai Eloheinu Anachnu modim lach Umvarhim ota yitbarach shimcha b'fi kol hai tamid leolam va'ed baruch ata Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. Simen tov umazel tov umazel tov simen tov umazel tov simen tov umazel tov simen tov Yehelanu 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 Lechol Israel Yehelanu Yehelanu Lechol Israel Yehelanu Yehelanu Lechol Israel Yehelanu Yehelanu Lechol Israel.
This time we'd like to invite Lisa Stephen to join us. Ethan, Alex, come join us as well. Would the congregation please rise? Our God and God of our ancestors, we ask thy blessing on Jessica Gatto, the daughter of Lisa and Stephen, who has this day pronounced the benedictions of the Torah. She has come to thy synagogue today to identify herself in the midst of this congregation in Israel with the spiritual purposes of Israel's life. Be thou, O God, with her. Bless her with health and sincerity. Strengthen her in all her good desires, so that she may remain faithful to the religion of Israel, grateful for the love of her home and parents, mindful of her obligations to country, to Israel, and to humanity. May this day of rejoicing for her parents and for all her loved ones be the promise of the joy she will ever bring through her devotion to thee and to thy synagogue. May her life ever bring happiness to herself and inspiration to all among whom she may dwell. And let us say, Amen. Now, Cantor Barnoy and I wish to invoke words of blessing that are in all of our hearts for you today.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha Ken yehi ratzon, ken yehi ratzon, ken yehi ratzon.
May God bless you, protect you.
Yaher Adonai panav elecha vichuneka Ken yehi ratzon, ken yehi ratzon, ken yehi ratzon.
May God cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious of you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha ve'asem lecha ve'asem lecha shalom ken yehi ratzon ken yehi ratzon ken yehi ratzon.
May God grant you his most precious gift of peace in a world of peace. And let us say, Amen. May be seated. Jessica, I'll take you with me. Our service continues in our Siddurim and our prayer books on page 148, Yakum Porkan.
Yakum Porkan min Shemaya. V'chol mi shosim b'zarkei tzibor v'inyan Eretz Yisrael b'emunah hagadosh baruch hu yishalem zichoram v'yasimehem ekol machala v'yipalagu gufam v'yislach v'kol avonam v'yishalach b'racha v'yatzalacha b'chol masei yedehem im ekol Yisrael achayem v'nomar amen.
We come now to the prayer for our country, the prayer for Israel. I think this week, more than ever, our country and the state of Israel is in need of our prayers. It's been a difficult week. Here in America, we have watched as the Impeachment proceedings have proceeded, and we see with difficulty accusations, counter-accusations that are made. It's hard to watch. In Israel, the Prime Minister has been indicted, and here there too we hear accusations and counter-accusations. And in both cases, we realize that our very democracies are being tested, and therefore our prayers are certainly in order, as we hope and we pray that both our country and the country of Israel that we love will emerge from these challenges stronger and more vibrant in the days and weeks to come. We continue now on page 148. We invite Jessica to lead us in a prayer for our country, then I will lead us in a prayer for the state of Israel.
Our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessings for our country, for its government, for its leaders and advisors, and for all who exercise just and rightful authority. Teach them insights from your Torah, that they may administer all affairs of state fairly, that peace and security, happiness and prosperity, justice and freedom may forever abide in our midst. Creator of all flesh, bless all the inhabitants of our country with your spirit. May citizens of all races and creeds forge a common bond in true harmony, to banish hatred and bigotry, and to safeguard the ideals and free institutions that are the pride and glory of our country. May this land, under your providence, be an influence for good throughout the world, uniting all people in peace and freedom, helping them to fulfill the vision of your prophet. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they experience war anymore. And let us say Amen.
Avinu Shabbat rock and redeemer of the people Israel, bless the state of Israel with its promise of redemption. Shield it with your love, spread over it the shelter of your peace. Guide its leaders and advisors with your light and your truth. Help them with your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Deliver them, crown their efforts with triumph. Bless the land with peace and its inhabitants with lasting joy. And let us say, Amen. So today we had Birchat HaChodesh. I hope there's nobody here who was in a hurry today, but we're providing you with lunch, so don't worry. We turn now to page 150. We invite you to rise as the Torah is lifted for Seder Birchat HaChodesh. On page 150, let us read together the top paragraph. May it be your will, Adonai, our God and God of our ancestors, to reawaken in us joy and blessing in the month ahead. Grant us a long life, a peaceful life, with goodness and blessing, sustenance and physical vitality, a life of reverence and piety, a life free from shame and reproach, a life of abundance and honor, a reverent life guided by the love of Torah, a life in which our worthy aspirations will be fulfilled. Amen.
Yehi ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu, sh'techadesh aleinu et hachodesh hazeh letova v'livracha, sh'techadesh aleinu et hachodesh hazeh letova v'livracha. Vatiten lanu chayim aruchim, chayim shel shalom, chayim shel tova, chayim shel bracha, chayim shel parnasa, chayim shel chilutz atzamot, chayim sheyesh bohem yirat shamayim v'yirat chet, chayim sheyein bohem busha uchelima, chayim shel sheveh chavod, chayim shedevanu, ahava v'torah shedevanu, ahava torah v'yirat shamayim, chayim sheyimalu mishalot libeinu, sheyimalu mishalot libeinu, l'tova amen selah.
Misha Asanisim.
Mi shiasani sim lavotenu, vigaltam yavdu lecherud, hu yigalotanu bikaravi kabetzi dechenu, miarbo kavod haaretz, chavrevim kol Yisrael nomar amen.
The new month of Kislev will begin this coming Wednesday night, Thursday, and Friday. May it hold blessing for us and for all the people of Israel.
Rosh Chodesh Kislev, yeh bayom chamishi uvayom shishi, habaleinu v'al kol Yisrael litova.
Rosh Chodesh Kislev b'yom HaChamishi, Machorta b'yom HaShishi, Avolenu v'yal kol Yisrael Litova.
Yechadeshenu
HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Aleinu v'yal kol amo Beit Yisrael. Yechadeshenu HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Aleinu v'yal kol amo Beit Yisrael.
L'chaim u'l'shalom, l'sason u'l'simcha, u'yeshua v'nechama v'enomar amen.
May the Holy One bless this new month for us, for all his people, the house of Israel, with life and peace, joy and gladness, deliverance and consolation. And let us say, Amen. You may be seated. We now call Jessica's grandfather, Philip Gatto, to come forward to lead us in a prayer on behalf of our soldiers.
May he who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless the men and women who serve in the armed forces of the United States of America, and the men and women who serve in the Israeli Defense Forces, for they stand to protect our nations and our ideals on land, at sea, and in the air. May God make their enemies fall from them. May the Holy One, blessed be he, watch over our soldiers and protect them from every accident and every distress, and send blessing and success to the work of their hands. And through them, may the promise of the Torah be fulfilled, as it is written, for the Lord our God will walk with you and fight alongside you against your enemies to save you and redeem you. And let us say, Amen.
We continue now on page 151, Ashrei.
Tehillah tonight up here, Vivarech Basar Shem Kochol Ilam Voed, Vanachtu Neverkia.
We return the Torah to the Ark, page 153, Yahalalu, please rise.
Yahalalu et Shem Adonai, Kidis Gav, Shemo Levado, Hallelujah.
It is a tree of life for those who grasp it, and all who uphold it are blessed. Its ways are pleasant, and all its paths are peace. Help us turn to you, Adonai, we shall return. Renew our lives as in days of old. Seated. Jessica, Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
We are so thrilled. We're so thrilled to be here with you today. We're so thrilled to celebrate your bat mitzvah. You know, I suspect that at one time or another during the course of your preparations for your bat mitzvah, you might have thought some version of, what do they want from me, right? As you were working so hard on your haftarah, on your Torah reading, on your religious studies, what do they want from me? So now I'm going to answer that question. What do we want from you? We want from you exactly what you did today. Could not have been. We want you to be able to embrace with such beauty and charm the magnificent aspects of our tradition, to participate in our holy and sacred service, but there's something that we want even more than that, and you demonstrated this as well. That you understood when you presented your Devar Torah the key aspect of this week's Torah portion, as you honed in immediately on the aspect of kindness as being the central theme of today's reading. That when Eliezer was looking for a worthy wife and found Rivka and found Rebekah, you understood that the key quality that she possessed was, in addition to great beauty and poise and charm, there was a fundamental embracing of kindness. Jessica, that's who we are. That's who we want you to be. You now become an adult. And what it means to be adult is that you now walk in the world with a sense of kindness, with a sense of compassion. And that's why we celebrate. Yeah, we celebrate because you chanted your haftarah beautifully. We celebrate because you read Torah beautifully. We celebrate all those things. But most of all, what we celebrate is the kind of person you are becoming, and that the person you are becoming is kind. This is what our reason for celebrating. Those of us who know your family know that you have an inheritance of kindness. And because you are Jewish, you have an inheritance of kindness. But inheritance are only as good as you will spend. And we look forward to the joy and the kindness that you will share in the world in the days and months to come. It is my pleasure as the Rabbi of Temple Beth Shalom to present you with this certificate that binds you with the thousands of other young people that have proudly taken their place on this bima as B'nai Mitzvah, and with it comes our warmest wishes of Mazal Tov. Very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So before I introduce our guest, I want to take just a moment and tell you why he's here. He is here as Rabbi Golinkin is here as part of a Shabbat of study that we have dedicated in memory of Bernice Cohen, Zichrona Livracha. Bernice's family, many of whom who live a long distance from us, are actually watching through our live streaming. So we feel you are part of this ceremony, and I would also like you to address you as well, even though we can't exactly see you. We know you can see us. 12 years ago, on this very parsha, on this week, on this Shabbat, 12 years ago, I stood on this very same bima to honor Bernice Cohen. That time it was on behalf of the Jewish Theological Seminary, and I'd like you, if you'll permit me, to repeat just a little of what I said at that time, unless you all remember? No, okay. This week's Torah portion, I said, Chayei Sarah, gives a wonderful insight and a perfect introduction to my words of tribute for Bernice Cohen. After stating that Abraham lived to a ripe old age, the Torah adds, and God blessed Abraham bakol, with everything. And the rabbis who studied every word, mined it for every subtle nuance, suggested that when the Torah says that God blessed Abraham bakol, that it was not a retrospective but a prospective statement. It was not meant as a comment on what he already had, but a sense that God gave Abraham something more. He blessed him bakol, with everything. That this man who seemingly had everything was now blessed with everything. And its intention seems to be, according to the rabbis, that something additional was given to Abraham, and that once it was added to his already abundant life, now he has everything. And then the rabbis begin to debate what it was. What was this final blessing that, when bestowed upon Abraham, made his life complete? What was the blessing that truly gave him everything? And as I said, what ensues is a matter of considerable rabbinic debate. The rabbis couldn't agree on what this final blessing in Abraham's life was. And then 12 years ago, I observed, this is not a problem for us here at Temple Beth Shalom. When we count our blessings, there is no debate and no discussion. We know we are truly blessed, and when we count our blessings, we begin and end with Bernice Cohen. This shul has many wonderful blessings, I said, blessings that make it a truly great synagogue. We have a magnificent sanctuary, facilities that are unrivaled in our area. But to have a wonderful building is not to be blessed with everything. We have programs that go on from morning to evening, 7 days a week, speakers, teachers, discussions, Shabbatonim like this one, that are the envy of everyone else. And in this we are truly blessed. But to have outstanding programming is not to be blessed with everything. We have a cantor that wows us every week, except for this one. Next week, right? I'm sure the Gattos are saying great, right? And we have wonderful, inspiring teachers and leaders. Yes, the richness and the quality of our staff is truly a blessing. We are blessed with a lay leadership that is farsighted and committed, that is willing to embrace new ideas and do the hard work that is necessary to maintain and sustain this shul. But leadership, both professional and lay, no matter how great a blessing, is not everything. It's only when a shul has dedicated members, like Bernice Cohen was, then you have everything. Then you are truly blessed bakol, with everything. And I went on to say that this honor bestowed today by the Jewish Theological Seminary is really about almost 47 years of affiliation, of love and leadership. It's about Bernice's years as temple president, her vision and guidance as a past president, to say that she worked for 25 years as executive director and then more years after that as director of our endowment, and she did it for gratis, does not capture the generosity that Bernice and Al, may their memories be a blessing, have showered on this synagogue, as well as countless other worthwhile causes like the Jewish Theological Seminary, like the North Shore University Hospital, like the Schechter Institute in Jerusalem, of which Dr. Glinken is the head. To note that she may have been the first woman president of a major American synagogue captures a bit of it. To understand that our synagogue's move towards women's involvement would not have happened so quickly and smoothly without Bernice captures another piece. There is hardly a program or initiative that does not bear her stamp. At that point, I said for 47 out of the 55-year history, now 67-year history, Bernice had been the one to guide us when we needed guidance, protect us when we needed protection. She has literally fed us and challenged us and taught us how to behave. And God blessed Temple Beshalom Bakol with everything when he blessed us with Bernice. I went on to explain that the Jewish Theological Seminary joins us in recognizing this wonderful blessing that is ours in Bernice Cohn. And because she sat on the Board of Trustees, continuing the wonderful tradition that was begun by her beloved husband, Al. May his memory continue as a blessing. And she, like Al before him, was a confidant of chancellors. Whenever they made a trip to Long Island, their first stop was to visit Bernice. 12 years ago, I concluded by saying, sometimes the simplest words are the best. Bernice, on behalf of thousands of people whose Jewish life is richer and fuller because of your efforts, thank you. Bernice and Al Cohn, through their countless acts of kindness and goodness over the years, have repeatedly been a blessing to us and to our people, to the community at large, through their association with this Temple Beth Shalom. There is so much that has been blessed by her involvement, and today we wish to acknowledge her as a blessing for all of us. My friends, today, once again, 12 years later, about a year and a half after she passed from this world, we once again pause to pay tribute to Bernice Cohen. Bracha bat Yosef v'Gittel. Bernice was our bracha, our blessing, and we are committed that her name will long be remembered for all that she did for us and for the welfare of the Jewish people. And we hope that just as when she was alive, she served as a model for so many of us, that she will continue to serve as a model, to know that when you do good, when you do acts of righteousness, then you live far beyond the days that you walk on this earth. To the family, we hope you appreciate, and we hope you understand, and to our entire congregation, that Bernice will long be remembered in this sanctuary and in this building which she loved with love. May her memory continue as a blessing. And we thought that the best way to honor Bernice was to bring more Torah into the world, certainly to bring more Torah into our world. And to do so, we were thrilled to invite Professor David Glinken to come from Jerusalem to be our scholar in residence for this Shabbat. He taught last night. I know if you were here last night, you're here this morning because everyone was so excited that they want to come back and learn more. We're going to hear from him now. And by the way, you're also invited after services. We're going to have a Kiddush luncheon. And then following that, Rabbi Glinken is going to teach one of his tshuvot entitled How to Treat Parents Who Have Alzheimer's. So we hope you will join that for that. Professor Glinken was born and raised in Arlington, Virginia. He made Aliyah in 1972, He earned a BA in Jewish history with 2 teaching certificates from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. He received an MA in rabbinics and a PhD in Talmud from the Jewish Theological Seminary, where he was also ordained as rabbi. He assumed the Schechter presidency in the year 2000. During his tenure, the number of students in the Schechter Jewish education programs doubled, and the institution received accreditation from Israel's Council for Higher Education. Its full-time faculty doubled, its library stacks more than tripled. Rabbi Glinken led the building campaign, which resulted in 2 new campuses in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, Neve Schechter and Neve Tzedek. Rabbi Glinken is the founder and director of the Institute for Applied Halacha. He directs the Center for Women in Jewish Law. The Status of Women in Jewish Law, Responsa, a seminal work in the field, has contributed to advancing the rights of women through the prism of Jewish law. For 20 years, Rabbi Glinken served as chair of the Vad Halacha, the law committee of the Rabbinical Assembly, which writes Responsa and gives halachic guidance to the Masorti conservative movement in Israel. Rabbi Glinken is the author or editor of 59 books. And as I said last night, and now I'm going to read to you every single one of them. Right. But in truth, I'll make you a deal. I'm not going to read all 59, but next week I expect you to have read them, and we'll have a conversation. We are thrilled to have Rabbi Glinken here. We will now let him speak for himself. It's a pleasure to introduce him. Welcome to our Bima, Professor David Glinken.
Thank you, Rabbi Lucas. It is an honor to be here as part of a weekend in memory of Bernice Cohen. I had the pleasure of knowing her for a number of years. As was said, she was a regular donor not only to JTS and the synagogue, but to the Schechter Institute in Jerusalem as well. And as a matter of fact, the last meeting I had with her a number of years ago was in this building. So Yehi Zichra Baruch, and this Torah is in her memory. On a slightly lighter note, a story is told of a long-winded rabbi who was 45 minutes into his 2-hour sermon, and he had just finished the introduction. And a woman is sitting in the front row with a baby, gets up to leave because the baby starts to make noise. And the rabbi challenges her and he says, "Madam, how did you have the audacity to come in here with a baby?" And the lady says, "Rabbi, when you started your sermon, I wasn't even married." Well, I assure you this sermon is going to be shorter than that introduction. Despite my warped sense of humor, I want to talk about a very serious topic related to the state of Israel, which has nothing to do with politics or with our current democratic dilemma in the state of Israel. It has to do with last week's Parsha and the Parsha before. As you may know, there is an expression, Ein mukdam u'mu'achar b'Torah, there is no early and late in the Torah. Throughout the year, we can relate to different Parshiot. And there is an expression that appears only twice in the entire Torah that appeared in last week's Torah reading and the week before. And that expression is Lech Lecha, get you up and go. And we read it first in the Parsha of Lech Lecha, Genesis chapter 12. Lech Lecha me'artzecha u'mimoladatecha u'mibet avicha el ha'aretz asher ar'eka. Get you up and go from the place of your birth, from the land of your forefathers, to the place that I will show you. And 10 chapters later in last week's parasha, when there was the story of the Akedah, the binding of Isaac, there God says to Abraham, Lech lecha el eretz ha-Moriah, get you up and go to the land of Moriah. And the rabbis of the Midrash noticed these 2 expressions in these 2 places. And Rabbi Levi asks in 3 places in the Midrash, Hey minayu adif, which of these 2 Lech lechas is preferable? The Lech Lecha of Genesis chapter 12, which is the Lech Lecha of Zionism, moving from the land of your birth to the land of Israel. And the other Lech Lecha to Mount Moriah is the Lech Lecha of Judaism. How much is Abraham willing to do in order to express his faith in God? And Rabbi Levi in one place asks a question and doesn't give an answer. And in the other place he asks the question and his answer is that the Lech Lecha of Moriah, of Judaism, is more important than the Lech Lecha of Zionism of Genesis chapter 12. I would like to submit that the reason for the confusion and the debates about the nature of Judaism and the Jewish state for the past 70 years is because we haven't yet figured out how to merge or find peace between the Lech Lecha of Judaism and the Lech Lecha of Zionism. And that is the reason why we've been having a Kulturkampf, a cultural war in the state of Israel for the past 70 years between those who believe only in the Lech Lecha of Judaism and those who believe only in the Lech Lecha of Zionism. The first group you have surely heard about, unless you've been living in a cave. You know that there are some 60,000 ultra-Orthodox yeshiva students who do not serve in the army, nor do they work. You no doubt know that there are some 100 bus lines in the state of Israel run by the Haredim, by the ultra-Orthodox, where women sit in the back of the bus. You may know about the young girl in Beit Shemesh. A number of years ago, she was 7 years old. She was stoned by Haredim because they felt she wasn't modestly dressed. You certainly know that the Orthodox have a monopoly on marriage and divorce in the state of Israel. And if you were here last night, you heard the story of the chief rabbinate retroactively annulling all of its own conversions 10 years ago, and all of a sudden saying that some 10,000 converts are not really Jewish. And finally, you all know the story of the women of the wall. So I'm not going to talk about the people who believe only in the Lech Lecha of Judaism. I want to talk more about the people who believe only in the Lech Lecha of Zionism. I will illustrate this by telling you 3 stories. I've been collecting these stories for over 45 years. I apologize if these stories are depressing, but they are a correct reflection of the attitude or the knowledge of many Israelis, or lack thereof, regarding Judaism. So the first story happened to me at the President's House of the State of Israel a number of years ago. Every year before Tisha B'Av, he has a gathering in order to celebrate Jewish unity, and he invites leaders of all the streams in Judaism. I am invited as a leader of the conservative Masorti movement in Israel. And this was about 4 or 5 days before Tisha B'Av, and I ran into an old friend of mine who is an educator, an Orthodox feminist. She's very well known in Israel. I'm not going to say her name. That's not really relevant. And I said to her, Ma shlamech, how are you? I hadn't seen her in a number of years. She says to me, Lo tov, not good. So I thought that perhaps someone had died. I said, Ma kara, what happened? She says, I've been teaching in the pre-army mechina program of Bina. Bina is an organization that runs a pre-army mechina program for young people with the values of labor Zionism. And it's a year of study and field trips to prepare young people for the army. And she says to me, I've been teaching the kids of Bina in the Negev, and they invited me to their final party. And their final party is on Tisha B'Av afternoon. Now, why did they schedule their final party on Tisha B'Av afternoon? Were they trying to rebel against Judaism? No. They had absolutely no idea that it was Tisha B'Av afternoon. Story number 2 happened to me at a gas station somewhere in the middle of the state of Israel a year and a half ago. I was on the way to visit one set of our children and grandchildren who live about an hour southwest of Jerusalem. And I stopped off at the gas station to get gas, and I went into the little kiosk to buy something to eat, coffee. And there's a young man standing behind the counter. He looked like he was about 16 years old. He had black hair, and we got into a conversation. And in the course of the conversation, he says to me, what do you do for a living? Ma ta'aseh? I said to him that I'm a professor of Talmud. And he said, Ma ze Talmud? What is Talmud? It's only the second most important book in all of Jewish history. The third story happened to me 4 years ago. We were coming out with the Hebrew edition of As a Driven Leaf. How many of you have read the book As a Driven Leaf? If you haven't, you have homework. I want you to go home, buy the book, and read it by next Shabbat. The rabbi will give you a quiz. Where's Rabbi Lucas? He'll give you a quiz. In my opinion, the most important Jewish novel ever written. It's been in print since 1939 in English. And we spent 4 years translating the book into Hebrew, and I wrote 40 pages of annotations at the end, explaining all of the sources. And at the end of the process, I received a phone call from the Hebrew language editor of Yediot. Yediot is the largest book publisher in the state of Israel. And the Schechter Institute co-published the book with Yediot because we wanted the book to be sold in bookstores. And the Hebrew language editor calls me up and she says, I have a number of questions. And she says, there's a passage that appears twice in the book in Hebrew. In one place it has nikud, and the other place it does not have nikud. In one place it has vowels, and the other place it doesn't have vowels. So I opened up the passage, and I see she's talking about the first Mishnah in Pirkei Avot, in the Ethics of the Fathers. Moshe kibel Torah misinai, umesara liYoshua, Yoshua lizkenim, uzkenim u'neviim. Moses received the Torah at Mount Sinai, and he gave it to Joshua, and Joshua gave it to the elders, and the elders gave it to the prophets, etc., etc. In the course of this phone conversation, I realized that she did not know that this was a quote from the Ethics of the Fathers. More importantly, she did not know what Pirkei Avot was. The Hebrew language editor of the largest book publisher in the state of Israel had never heard of Pirkei Avot, only the fourth most important book in all of Jewish history. And finally, getting back to the Parsha of Chayei Sarah, this week's Parsha, a number of years ago, I read an autobiography written by Professor Aaron Kirschenbaum. I don't know if you knew him, but Professor Kirschenbaum taught at JTS in New York in the 60s. He made Aliyah, and he taught in the Tel Aviv University Law School for 30 years. And at the end of his life, he wrote an autobiography, and he tells the following story on page 321. He says that for 30 years, I taught the brightest students in the state of Israel at the Law School of Tel Aviv University. And on a regular basis for 30 years, I would ask them, what is this week's Parashat Shavua? What is this week's weekly portion? And they only knew the answer once. And that was on the Parasha of Chayei Sarah, because that week an Israeli comedian named Gil Kopach did a skit on television about Parashat Chayei Sarah. So that week they knew the name of the weekly portion, but for 30 years they did not know the name of the weekly portion. Unfortunately, I can sit here or stand here for hours and tell you these kinds of stories, because I believe that both of these problems, the problem of the Haredim, who believe only in Judaism, and the problem of Zionists who know nothing about Judaism, were both created by the founders of the State of Israel. And I have tremendous respect for Ben Gurion and his generation. If not for them, there would be no State of Israel. They created the State of Israel. They created the legal system. They created the army. They revived the Hebrew language. They did incredible things. But they created both of those problems. On the one hand, they gave the ultra-Orthodox and the Orthodox the monopoly on Judaism in Israel. And on the other hand, they made sure that the secular children who go to most of the schools in the State of Israel did not receive a Jewish education. And any educator or rabbi who's lived in the State of Israel for many years, as I have, can add their own stories to describe this dilemma. And therefore, my question this morning is, how can we deal with the awful alienation and incredible ignorance of Jewish culture and tradition in the Jewish state? Or in other words, how can we bring the ideals of conservative Judaism, a love of God, Jewish tradition, Zionism, and pluralism to millions of Israelis who have little or no connection to Judaism? And I would like to present two approaches to strengthening Judaism in the State of Israel as a debate between the young David Golinkin and the not-so-young David Golinkin. And I am purposely sharpening the distinctions in order to clarify the approaches. Many years ago, I thought that the, quote, enemy of Judaism in Israel is the religious establishment and the chief rabbinate. I thought that the majority of Israelis dislike or are apathetic towards Judaism because they dislike the religious establishment. If we could get rid of the religious establishment and allow religious pluralism in Israel, the situation would improve. Indeed, the religious establishment does many foolish things and makes life difficult for those who wish to convert, as I explained last night in detail, and for young couples who wish to marry, and for agunot or chained women who cannot obtain a get, a religious divorce from their husband. But now I am convinced that this is not the main, quote, enemy of Judaism in Israel. The main enemy of Judaism in Israel is secularism. And that secularism was created by the founders of the State of Israel and their successors. The Israelis I described in my stories, whether the young people in Binah in the Negev, or the law students at Tel Aviv University, or the young man behind the counter at the gas station, They know nothing about Judaism because 3 generations of Israelis did not receive a Jewish education. And that was not an accident. That was a conscious decision of Israeli governments and ministers of education since 1948. I am not here to attack a specific party or minister. Since the State of Israel was founded, with a few exceptions, none of the ministers of education made an effort to provide Jewish education to the 75% of Israeli children who study in the secular public schools. Are the ultra-Orthodox and Orthodox responsible for the Jewish illiteracy of Israeli children? No. Secular Israelis are to blame. And now let us examine the second disagreement between David the Young and David the Not So Young. In 1975, I was already living in Israel. I was interviewed at Neve Shechter, which later became the Shechter Institute, in order to be accepted into rabbinical school at JTS in New York, because the Shechter Institute did not exist at that time. The members of the admissions committee asked me what I want to do after ordination. I replied that I want to return to Israel and serve as a rabbi at a conservative congregation. I thought then that a conservative rabbi committed to Jewish law on the one hand and to modernity on the other, who runs an American-style conservative synagogue, would be able to overcome the ignorance which I described above. I also believed in 1975 that the synagogue solution was the only solution to the problems I have described. Now, after many decades of educational activity in Israel, I am convinced that the synagogue solution is only a partial solution to the problem of Judaism. Because the synagogue solution assumes that the average Israeli wants to attend a synagogue, but might be turned off by the rabbi or by the mechitza separating men and women. In order to examine this thesis, let us examine the development of the conservative and reform movements in Israel. For example, the first Reform congregation, Har El, was founded in Jerusalem in 1958, some 60 years ago. And how many Reform synagogues are there in Israel today after 60 years of activity? Apparently, there are 47 Reform synagogues in the state of Israel versus some 15,000 Orthodox synagogues in the state of Israel. And how many people belong to the Reform movement in Israel? Thousands, less than 10,000, I don't have an exact number, are card-carrying members of the Reform movement in Israel. The statistics regarding the conservative Masorti movement in Israel are better, but only slightly so. In other words, when I was young, I was wrong, which is not so unusual. But why? Why does the successful North American model of a synagogue center, we are sitting in one of them, why does it fail to attract large numbers of Israelis to conservative and Reform congregations in Israel? I believe there are two answers, one of them sociological and the other theological. As for the sociological aspect, I discussed it a number of years ago with a friend of mine who was a conservative rabbi and a professor of education at an Israeli university. And he quoted an article which he had read a number of years ago. The author of that article said that Jewish congregations succeed in the United States because the United States is a Protestant country while Israel is a Catholic country. I will repeat that sentence. Congregations succeed in the United States because the United States is a Protestant country while Israel is a Catholic country. And my friend added tongue-in-cheek, in order for non-Orthodox congregations to succeed in the state of Israel, we need to turn Israel into a Protestant state. However, all joking aside, the sociology he described is absolutely correct. The sociology of the state of Israel is similar to a country called Italy. And I checked the statistics. In Italy, the majority of the people do not attend church, but they know that the only true church is the Catholic Church. In fact, this is exactly what Professor Shlomo Avineri once said about the state of Israel. He's a very famous political scientist in Israel. Quote, I won't go to a synagogue, but the synagogue I won't go to is an Orthodox synagogue. End of quote. That is the sociology of Israel. All my cousins in Israel fit that description exactly. The second reason is theological. The main activity in every synagogue in the world, Orthodox, Conservative, Reform, Reconstructionist, is tefillah, prayer, what we did this morning. There is a common denominator between the young people in the Bina Mechina program and the young people at Tel Aviv University and the young man behind the counter at the gas station. The common denominator is that they are not interested in prayer and will not enter any synagogue except perhaps for a bar mitzvah celebration. Prayer and synagogue at this stage of the development of Israeli society, and I stress at this stage, no one can predict the future, prayer and synagogues are frightening or strange or irrelevant for most Israelis. So what is the solution? How can we reach the overwhelming majority of Israelis who are not interested in attending any synagogue, but who think that only Orthodox synagogues are authentic? What I believe we need in the state of Israel is a Jewish education revolution. And that Jewish education revolution must adapt itself to Israeli society and Israeli reality. And if you look, please, at the sheet in front of you, you receive two sheets. One of them says the Schechter Institutes at the top. The other one says Vote Merkaz. I'll get to Vote Merkaz in a moment. I want to look at the sheet that says the Schechter Institutes. What this sheet shows you, and it's not up to date, it was when I sent the Xerox, we didn't yet have this year's chart. This shows you the numbers of people studying at Schechter last year. And Schechter was founded 35 years ago with 4 students. And we now have 85,000 Israelis in our programs every year. And the 4 programs here are what we are doing as part of the Jewish education revolution to change the status quo in Israel and make sure that every Israeli Jew receives a Jewish education. So I'll just go in the order of the chart. The first program is our graduate school, the Schechter Institute of Jewish Studies Graduate School. It says that we have 400 students. We also have 1,750 graduates. Who are these students? Are they 23-year-olds looking for an MA in Jewish Studies? Absolutely not. They are 45-year-olds who have been teaching in the Israeli school system for 20 years, and they are going back to school to get a master's degree in Jewish Studies. And they are teachers and principals and the directors of community centers in Israel. In other words, every one of our students and graduates of Schechter influences 30 children a week, or 500 children a week in their school, or 1,500 children a week in their school, or 5,000 families who attend their community center in Israel. In other words, these are agents of change in Israeli society, 2,150 MA students and graduates who are out there in the field doing whatever they do, and we have given them the Jewish knowledge through our MA program so that they can bring pluralistic Judaism to the state of Israel. The second thing on our chart is our rabbinical seminary, which in addition to ordaining 100 Israeli rabbis, the 100th will be ordained on December 12th in Jerusalem, and they are working in Jewish education and in synagogues throughout the state of Israel. In addition, the Schechter Rabbinical Seminary runs a program called Ashira to teach adults how to chant the services. Last year, 85 adults participated in this program. There are Batei Midrash study programs for young adults with special needs, and so on and so forth. 280 people participating in programs of the Schechter Rabbinical Seminary. And then by far the largest thing that we do in Israel, we run the Tali school system. I brought along here 3 out of the 40 textbooks that we have published. The purpose of the Tali school system is to teach Judaism within the secular public school in the state of Israel, which means that in the Tali school, the kids know what Parshat Shavua is because they learn Parshat Shavua every Friday. This is the 3rd grade textbook. In every grade of the Tali schools, they learn the weekly portion every Friday. And they learn the Jewish holidays because in every grade of Tali, they have a textbook teaching them the Jewish holidays in a systematic fashion. And they learn how to pray because we have 2 Sidurim for Tali. This is the junior Sidur. We also have the senior Sidur, in which they learn how to pray and all about Jewish prayer within the Tali school system. And last year we had 65,000 children in these programs. This year the number is roughly 70,000 children in these programs. And what this means is now that some 25% of the Israeli public elementary schools are now either Tali schools or using Tali materials throughout the state of Israel. And finally, at the bottom of the page, we have our outreach programs. And I'm happy to say the number at the bottom of the page is not up to date. At our Neve Schechter branch in Tel Aviv, 19,000 people last year attended events, including 80 bar and bat mitzvahs, the Jewish art gallery, and the Jewish music program. And we run Midreshet Schechter centers across Israel, where 700 adults study Judaism every week, at adult education courses throughout the country. So even though I started out on a negative note, I want to conclude on a positive note. And I want to go to a recent poll done by Rafi Smith, the most well-known pollster in the state of Israel. The poll starts out by saying that most Israelis know very little about Judaism. It concludes by saying that nearly half of all secular Israelis want to increase their knowledge of Judaism and Jewish sources, with many citing such options as secular Batei Midrash, Torah study centers, or Jewish academic institutions. And finally, we have an email that we received a few years ago from a woman who's living in Kfar Saba. And I'm translating this directly from the Hebrew. It says, "Hello, my name is Dorit. I am the mother of 2 daughters. One is in first grade and one is in kindergarten. I want to know if you have a framework for Jewish studies in Kfar Saba. My daughter goes to a secular public school, and it bothers me greatly that there is no Jewish and value education." I'm going to read the next sentence in Hebrew. אני מאוד מעוניינת שהבנות שלי ידעו, יכבדו, יאהבו וירצו לדעת ולהבין את היהדות. I am very interested that my daughters should know, should respect, should love, and should want to know and understand about Judaism. I cannot imagine having received such an email 25 years ago, not only because there was no email 25 years ago, but because 25 years ago in the state of Israel, you did not have an entire generation looking to reconnect to Judaism. The reason that our programs have grown from 4 people to 85,000 people every year is because you have an entire generation of Israelis who want to reconnect to Judaism, not necessarily through a synagogue, but through Tali schools, through outreach programs in Tel Aviv, through our master's program, through our rabbinical school, through all the things we do in Israel in order to teach Israeli Jews about Judaism. And there are 2 ways that you can help us in this struggle, in this Jewish education revolution. One is on the second sheet that you received, Vote Merkaz. Every 5 years there is a vote for the World Zionist Movement. The vote is coming up between January and March. It's all done by the internet. You don't have to show up at a polling station. You should do exactly what it says on the sheet. Send a text message to the number listed, and then in January you will be reminded to vote. The more delegates we have through the American Zionist Movement in the World Zionist Congress, the more funding we get from the World Zionist Organization and the Jewish Agency. It's that simple. If you vote for Merkaz USA between January and March, it helps us get funding from the Jewish Agency and the World Zionist Organization in Israel. It's a very painless process. You send a text message now. Merkaz USA will remind you in January to vote, and it will take you 10 or 15 minutes to vote online. I think it costs $10. By the way, that's not a contribution. $10 is simply a registration fee of the American Zionist Movement so they can run this election. And then you will be able to help the conservative Masorti institutions in Israel. And the second thing you can do is visit our website, which is listed at the top of the page. Visit us in Jerusalem. Visit us in Tel Aviv. Hopefully become supporters of Schechter, as Bernice Cohen was, because I believe that this is the only way to make shalom between the Lech Lecha of Judaism and the Lech Lecha of Zionism. We need to give every Jewish Israeli a Jewish education. We are well on the path to doing that, 85,000 people a year. With your help, I hope that in a few years, we will have hundreds of thousands of people in our programs as we continue to expand the Jewish education revolution throughout the state of Israel. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi Golinkin, and thank you for all that you're doing in Eretz Yisrael, and thank you for being with us this Shabbat. And again, we invite you to join us after the Kiddush to study with Rabbi Golinkin. And I was very touched by an email from a woman in Kfar Saba who writes to Rabbi Golinkin and says, we want our daughter to know, to understand, to love Judaism. And in a sense, Stephen, Lisa, that's what you turned to us a number of years ago and said the same thing. When you joined this shul, when you brought your children to us, you said we want our children to know and to understand and to love. And look what we have today. We have a wonderful celebration. We hope this relationship, which we have treasured for so long, and we hope that you have found joy and meaning in it, will continue, and look forward to it continuing in the years to come. Mazel tov. We continue now at the Chatzi Kaddish on page 155.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabba.
Amen.
V'yomad divrach hirute v'yamlich malachute b'chayechon v'yomechon u'chayedecho beit Yisrael bagala bagala u'vizman kari v'yimeru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach Le'olam me'olam Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitroma v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha barichu Li'ehela mikorechata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran v'yoma v'yimeru.
Recite the Hoicher Kedusha. We're going to join together with Sandy on page 156 through the Kedusha on page 157, and then follow the Amida to its conclusion on page 161 silently. We join together, page 156b.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Oel Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Yahon Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol v'Zocher Chasdei Avot Umevi Goel Evnei V'neihem L'man Shemo B'Yahava Melech Ozer Vokei Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ufokei Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechai Meitim Atah Rav Lehoshia Mashiv Haruach U'Marid Hagashem Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed Mechaye Meitim Berachamim Rabim So Noflim Verofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Bal Giburot Umidam Elach Melech Memit Umechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Atah L'Hachayot Meitim Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei HaMeitim. Naharitzecha v'nakdishecha Kisod Asiach Sarfei Kodesh Amakdishim Shimcha B'Kodesh Kakatu Al Yad Neviecha V'kara Zel Zeviyamar Kadosh 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 Adonai Tzivot Milo Kol Haaretz Kivodo Kivodo Malei Olam Mishartav Shoalim Zelazeh Kivodo Malei Olam Mishartav Shoalim Zelazeh Aye Mikom Mikom Kivodo Aye Mikom Kivodo Le'yom Atam Baruch Yomeru Baruch Yomeru Baruch Kivod Adonai Mimekomo Mimekomo Yifem Berachamin Ve'yachonam Ham Yachadim Shemo Erev Avoker Bechol Yom Tamid Pa'amayim B'Yahava Shema Omerim Shema Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Malkeinu Moshienu Behu Yashmienu Berachama Sheni Le'ene Kolachai Vehu Yashmienu Oy Berachama Sheni Le'ene Kolachai Le'olachem Le'elohim Uvdivrei kochika katuv lemor yimloch Adonai le'olam Elohai yixion ledor vador hallelujah ledor vador nagiga lecha onetzak nitzaki gidrucha nakdish v'shivchacha Eloheinu v'yon lo yamush li'olam va'ed ki amelech elov v'gedosh ata baruch ata Adonai oel hakadosh.
Continue silently. Shalom bimromav Shalom Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael Oseh Shalom bimromav Yaseh Shalom Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael Lai dai 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 Continue Kaddish Shalem. You may be seated. Page 181. Yikadav Yikadav Shemei Rabbah. Amen. B'yama Divrach Hirute V'yamlich Malchute B'chayachon V'yamechon Uv'chayit Dechol Beit Yisrael B'agalav Izmakari V'yimeru. Amen. Yeshmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Ne'omel Ma'yayit Barach. Yibarak v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitram v'yidnaseh v'yitadav v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei dekudasha Brichu Le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiram v'yama v'yimeru Amen. Tikabel tzloton v'atan d'vay Yisrael kadam avahundi v'shmaya v'yimeru Amen. Yehei shalom rabba mitzimaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimeru Amen. Oseh shalom b'ramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimeru Amen. We continue page 182. Jessica leads us in Keloheinu. In Keloheinu, in Kadonenu, in Kimalkeinu, in Kemoshienu, mi Keloheinu, mi Kadonenu, mi Kimalkeinu, mi Kemoshienu, no del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch
Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, Atahu Shektiru, Avotenu, Lefanecha et Getoret Hasamim.
Please rise. The ark is open for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol latet gedula liotzer breshit shelo asanu kagoyeu aratzot velo samanu k'mishrogato adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim Akadosh Baruch Hu. Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai Melchei Olam Voed v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
May be seated. Temple Beth Shalom observes with affection the Yortzites for this Shabbat. Rhoda Joan Agan, Shirley Deshefsky, Seal Friedberg, Sidney Friedman, Abraham Kagan, Joseph Kirstein, Shokat Maruf, Bernard Otterman, Alfred Shama, Lorraine Uslander. In love, we remember those who no longer walk this earth. We are grateful to God for the gift of their lives, for the joys we shared, for the cherished memories that never fade. May God grant those who mourn the strength to see beyond their sorrow, sustaining them despite their grief. May the faith that binds us to our loved ones be a continuing source of comfort, as we now invite those who mourn and those observing the yortzeit of a close one to please rise, to magnify and sanctify God's name. In the words of the Kaddish, page 184. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah v'yalma divra chirutei v'yamdich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael b'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimeru amen. Yehei shmei rabah mevorach e'olam e'olmei elmaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei V'yithadar, v'yitale, v'yithalal, shemei kudisha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran bi'alma v'yimeru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu yaseh shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru, amen. May the God of peace send his peace to those who mourn, comfort all the bereaved within our midst, and let us say, amen. It's now my pleasure to call forward the president of Temple Beth Shalom, Mrs. Rebecca Altman.
Shabbat Shalom. I promise I will be quick, and my speech will not be nearly as long as our Haftarah or nearly as good. So here we are. Mazel Tov, Daphne. You did an amazing job today chanting a very long Haftarah. You spoke with such confidence. You actually said something today that I've never heard. When everyone was up here for the Torah, to read the Torah, she said, "Why are all those people up there? I don't want so many people up there with me." I said, "Well, you'll be up alone for your Haftarah." She said, "Good, I want to be up there alone." So congratulations, Mazel Tov to your parents, your brothers, your grandparents, your friends, and everyone who's here with us today. You did a great job. I'm going to stick this in here for you. We have a bunch of gifts for you on behalf of Temple Beth Shalom, a Kiddush cup and candlesticks, 1-year complimentary USY membership and 1-year JCC teen membership, the book The Observant Life from Sisterhood and Men's Club, a tzedakah box from the PTA, and everyone's favorite, the chocolate candy bar from the MBS Scholarship Fund. Mazel tov. Thank you. just a quick thank you to Dr. Galinkin, Professor Galinkin, Rabbi Galinkin for your words today and as our scholar in residence this weekend. Thank you to Lou Bartell for sitting up on the bima, to Sandy Berger, to our Torah reader, Moshe Osted, and Jessica, to our greeters, Roberta Zeldis, Maddie Skopicki and her family, and Jessica Zucker and her family, and Mazel Tov on their upcoming Simchas. Let's see, the Kiddush is being sponsored by Roz and Martin Landsman on the anniversary of the yahrzeit of Roz's father, and it's also being sponsored by Phyllis and Elliot Pellman on the anniversary of the yahrzeit of Phyllis's father, so thank you to them. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. And again, a reminder, there will be a Kiddush luncheon immediately following in the Rubenstein Auditorium. And following that, we'll make an announcement at the appropriate time. We'll probably go into the chapel to study the tshuva on dealing with parents who have Alzheimer's with Rabbi Galinkin in the chapel. So we invite you. We say again, Mazel Tov. You know, we do have, I kind of ran a little quickly. I didn't do our Simcha moments, right? Should we do them or should we? Sam, do you have anything? What? What do you have? Okay. So now we can move on, right? Okay. And again, a Mazel Tov to Jessica. What a wonderful simcha it has been to participate with you and your parents and your brothers and 3 of your grandparents who are here to celebrate with you. And we also remember with affection your grandfather Ira Phillipson. May his memory be a blessing. I think the rest you can read in your brochure. Just a reminder that Mincha will be this evening at 4:30 p.m. We'll be in the chapel at 4:30. Hopefully we'll have a chance. We'll finish the Torah study before Mincha, right? But we conclude now. We invite Jessica to come forward. We invite all the children in the congregation to join us on the bima for Adon Olam, page 187.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terim Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'ed Nasa B'Chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'Yacharei Kichlot Kol Levado Yimloch Nora V'Hu Haya V'Hu Holeh V'Hu Yihye B'Tifara V'Hu Echad V'Yein Sheni Laham Shilo Lahakbira Beli Reshit Beli Tachlit V'Lo Ha'oz V'Hamizra V'Hu Eli V'Chai Goali B'tzor Chevli V'Yein Tzara V'Hu Nisi Umanosli Minat Kosi B'Yom Ekra B'Yahato Afkid Ruchi V'Yesi Sham V'Ya'ira V'Yimeruchi Gaviati Adonai Li V'Lo Yihira.
Samru b'nei Yisrael the Shabbat la'asot et Shabbat odot b'rit olam beini u'bein b'nei Yisrael tilei olam ki sheishet yamim asadnai shemayim v'yatoretz v'yom hashvi Shabbat v'yinafash al ken beirach Adonai et yom HaShabbat v'yikadshe samri Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam v'avrei b'riyat amen. Shabbat shalom, Mazel Tov.
Shabbos.
Thank you.
Yes. Isn't that interesting? In other words, it's 3 generations who really didn't get an education.
There
and
was
now
a certain,
and now
certain irony in the idea that these presenting rebels are and most of the people living in cities, whereas
that's enough. I have in my pocket. That's enough. So I have a friend Joe Schwartz who was trying to
no.
We're done with that. We're done with that. Sorry. Let's go get you some meatballs.